Kathy from Lincolnwood Library, and I'm here to share some of my favorite Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month books. I have a lot of books. I love them all. Hopefully will help you find something that you're really gonna love. This is From a Whisper to a Rallying Cry, The Killing of Vincent Chin and the Trial That Galvanized the Asian American Movement. This is actually an advanced reader copy, so if you stop by the library, it might still be on shelf for you to pick up and take home. This is an incredible, powerful page-turner of a book. It's by Paula Yu, who actually writes for TV, and you can tell, like her as a screenwriter, this book draws you in. It reads like a sort of an action thriller, sort of mystery. This book is a really powerful, heartbreaking account of the killing of Vincent Chin in 1982 and the movement around getting justice for him. The ripples until today. This is a story that we all should know. I honestly did not know before I read this book, and I'm really grateful to have learned more about it and continue to learn more about Asian American activism and also community coming together in support. This is The Magic Fish by Trung Le Nguyen. This is one of my favorite books of this past year. This is a masterpiece. It's the story of Tien and his mother reading fairy tales out loud, and he's trying to come out to her, but not always having the language to express that. And so using fairy tales to tell stories within stories. It's a graphic novel and it's gorgeous, very much in the style of sort of turn of the century art, but also incredibly modern and just really just like so artistic, so beautiful, but also a story about how we can use stories to express ourselves and speak our truths. A really fun book I recommend is Shine by Jessica Dung, who is a former member of Girls' Generation. And I love that she is writing an insider's view on what it's like to get into K-pop. I definitely feel like there's some veiled secrets here about her experience and sort of like the trainee lifestyle and also how to debut, but also just like a really fun, entertaining story about relationships and connections. There's a bit of romance, but also the cost of success and the cost of fame, and what is it like to shine. So, highly recommend. If you're interested in science fiction, I highly recommend Want by Cindy Pon, one of my favorite writers. She's also written a bunch of amazing fantasies I'd recommend. This takes place in sort of a near future Taiwan, where there is sort of a great wealth gap between those who can wear suits that protect them from the polluted air and those who cannot. And sort of the movement to fight against evil corporations who don't provide access to things like those suits or who cause the air to be so polluted. It's an action thriller. It is very much a sort of whodunit sort of feel, but it's also about like who is responsible for protecting our Earth. It is part of a duology, so there is a sequel to this, so you're definitely going to want to read both. Finally, Last Night at the Telegraph Club. This is by Melinda Lowe. This is historical fiction. She writes in every genre, and I love that she's writing historical fiction. This takes place in 1954 in Chinatown, and this is about Lily Hu, who is sort of a coming-of-age story, figuring out who she is, first love, when she goes to a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club and realizes some things about herself, but it also puts her in conflict with her family and with her own identity, but also all the things that are going on around her. It is definitely a page turner and also just really brings you into that world at that time. And Melinda Lowe is an expert writer who has done her research, and you can learn all about the work that she did to get it right and to really bring you into this time period on her blog and all those things. So yes, if you want to travel back into the past and learn more about the present, I definitely recommend Last Night at the Telegraph Club.